Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
And the age of a boss fight also draws nearer. Welcome back to Metaphor ReFantazio! I am sounding really hyped up, and that is because Neuras is here and he's amazing. Please cut to Neuras right now. Cut to Gallico. That's fine, but...
Finally, we're out of the desert!
But Neuras.
Oh wow, I missed all the screen!
Is it so bumpy? That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere. What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
My star is rising! Ah! Sanctism will reign! Ah!
Oh no, we've walked into a battle between law and chaos. Whatever will we do?
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Gideaux, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gideaux.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
Yeah, if you damage somebody's runner, they're probably not going to make it to Briarhaven in time for the first leg of the contest. Interesting strategy.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashing well out of the race.
Or Neuras could say what I just said.
So 'tis a clash to hold each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look, over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gideaux cannot match Gideaux's firepower.
Oh no, I think I know what Will's thinking right now.
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Gideaux's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
This is interesting. The fact that we need to kind of ingratiate ourselves to Luis's side to get closer to him.
Let's give Gideaux a hand here.
It's also quite interesting because this kind of thing does happen in a lot of political races. Sometimes politicians need to work with other candidates from parties that they might not necessarily support, but whose support they need to pass through certain legislation or maybe help with their campaigns. Politics really are battles of uneasy alliances. So the fact that they kind of evoke this in this story is pretty interesting.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gideaux's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
That is true, we are protected by the king's magic.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gideaux! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That Cornland. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You have profaned the sacred a second time!
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Here we go!
You dare interfere in my fight? Know your place.
So the music playing now, we've actually heard it a few times already, but it is actually the rival candidate battle theme.
Is it fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, Old Egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Gideaux himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Go, my brethren. Put the fear of God into these impious commoners.
Don't forget about the petrification magic! Looks like we can't brute force through this.
So this is Gideaux. We can't actually damage him, and you're not allowed to use AoE attacks either, because those would hit him, and that's not allowed due to the royal magic. He can still attack you, though, and he can use light skills. You need to take out the Mage Monk and the Spear Monk. The Mage Monk is weak to Pierce, just like our Mage archetypes, actually, and the Spear Monk is weak to Ice. So, let's go. Actually, what synthesis do I have? I don't have any synthesis. Okay, then. Let's go with Blizz. So this is one point where I'm actually glad that the majority of, like, AoE skills, like, spells are synthesis, but okay, so I am Knight on both Will and Stroll entirely to target this weakness, except I don't have any... Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I have to just use a regular attack then. Huh. I maybe should have switched up my archetypes because I don't have any of those. I was kind of counting on having the Knight synthesis here, and I forgot how synthesis works with Knights. Okay, so this has got a little bit more complicated.
I will usher you to his side.
But at least we've damaged them a little bit. So this is going to be a little bit of a battle of 1,000 cuts.
Are you prepared? Perhaps not. Moving to the rear. Knight.
You know, in that case, I'm actually going to jump back and just focus down one of them. If we get rid of one of them, then that will thin out their ranks. You're, though, going to go back and use Knight's Proclamation.
What could you hope to achieve?
Yeah, they have a lot of press turns, so taking out one of them to thin their numbers early on is pretty nice to do. Yeah, that means he's not going to be actually unleashing his attacks until later in the fight, and that's a little worrying, given that he is quite a dangerous opponent. But we can hammer down that Spear Monk to make sure that he'll get one less press turn. So yeah, there we go. You're down. So, in that case... Yeah, I think Stroll has the better weapon. I think I'm actually going to continue Knight's Proclamationing. Even though Gideaux might start using AoE light magic. No, he's still going for the cocky smirk. At the very least, though, Smirk isn't giving him increased crit rate, immunity to crits, and massive evasion. You know the drill. Okay, so now Hulkenberg can focus on being my healer for this fight. Look how overdramatic the mage looks there. But yeah, just gonna kind of death of 1,000 cuts you, because, yeah. This guy doesn't get the dignity of a quick defeat, thanks to the fact that he's resistant to all magic, though, so Hulkenberg's not going to be great here. Just due to the fact that I, forgot how synthesis worked for a moment. So let's see. Oh, right, that's an AoE attack. I can't use that. Oh, but that's only to one enemy. So that actually does work.
Witness me, brethren.
Witness me. That's an attack that, Haya...
More resilient than I expected.
The dog demon that's name starts with Haya, I think I've forgot its name, from SMT5, that I think is actually also a Mad Max Fury Road reference, a movie that I still haven't seen and I probably need to.
I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother.
Yes, he can also heal, which is really annoying. Yeah, that's, I believe, a second tier ice spell, and that is an AoE light attack. Wait, who was saying "Dear God" there? I think it was the Mage Monk. Mage Monk is a little bit of a weird combination of two different class names. I know that stab. Okay, do I have any more good attack items? Not really, and I can't pass my turn without, like, just losing everything, so I'm just gonna do that, and then I'll just smack you. One more turn should finish this, which means we have to endure another round of Sanctus of Will Raid! I am a giant ham! But not as hammy as Battling, or Neuras. I think we're good here? Okay, yeah, we're fine. We should finish this turn. I was about to say something, but I probably shouldn't.
I owe you.
There we go. Okay, that should be over.
The faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Yeah, maybe we should have thought this through.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism.
So, are we screwed?
Now, are you prepared for the end?
Ha! I think not, you rotter!
No, we're not! Because Neuras, once again, is the GOAT of all time!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
Yeah, remember how we were saying before that, like, we can't harm you, but, like, candidates can also damage each other's gauntlet runners?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
I think you're just worried about the fact that, all the damage to your gauntlet runner comes out of, like, your insurance that goes through Forden, and it's probably not gonna be good for you if you're forced to take, like, no pay for multiple years. And there he goes.
Finally, he took the hint.
Totally not running away like a coward at all.
Hey, get down here. What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
The way the battlefield was going tells me otherwise. Oh.
I guess you survived this time.
I love that condescension.
Don't you talk down to me. You want to see what I'm really capable of?
Why, Gideaux, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives?
So, this girl right here. We've actually kind of seen her before, but this is kind of my first time hearing her voice when she wasn't singing, and I was not expecting her to have an Irish accent. It's an interesting direction for her character, and I really like it.
Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
I like how he looked away there. He's just like, yeah.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. Consider me chastened and shooed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
And that was exactly what we were going for. I just realized that. It's about to say that Glodell's runner has a giant G on it, but, like, they don't use that alphabet, so why would there be a G there?
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Gideaux.
So, look at Neuras here. Now, you might think that you're about to lose all respect for him right now, but, just hang on a moment.
So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Hulkenberg, I get the feeling that you're talking to yourself there, not us.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but
That's... oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know the suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are quality parts and no mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
So they trick you for the briefest of moments into thinking Neuras is a pervy old man stereotype, and then reveal that he was actually looking at the Gauntlet Runner. I love that.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juno, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck?
However, somebody else might be a little bit overly obsessed with Juno.
Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of Scroop, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
Hey, up there!
Oh no. Yep. It's the most pretentious or overcompensating Gauntlet Runner of all time. Hi there!
An airborne Gauntlet Runner. He's actually finished it.
I love how it completely dwarfs Claudel's.
Luis.
It's like already just really showing who is the subordinate in this relationship.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So, Juno the Songstress is actually a Luis follower.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gideaux got stuck playing someone's driver.
That almost makes me think this is like the fantasy equivalent of finding out that like one of your favorite, voice actors or celebrities actually has, certain political views on Twitter that you disagree with.
But she was still the sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Joanna.
Glad to see Lady June is safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure.
Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
So Hulkenberg specifically quit the knighthood just to make it easier to be accepted into Luis's group, and already he sees through the ruse.
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
I don't think he should know that.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector!
Yeah, Hector's the dog, by the way.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
We still don't know if he's officially running for the tournament, though.
No thanks to that Gideaux. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, I mean, considering that none of his other allies like him, as we could see from that display, that's probably fine.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the Gauntlet Runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beams of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the Gauntlet Runner.
That's like the most flowery way to do the thing where a dungeon master is like, roll the random encounter table.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
As you have rolled a 2, I want you to all go ahead and you're safe, it's fine.
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
Yeah, knowing his type, I feel like this is an exaggeration. But also, knowing his type, which is the most amazing people to have ever lived of all time, we should go check on him.
Hey! Neuras, you okay?
Because any seconds spent in the glorious presence of Neuras will cause all of your royal virtues to instantly raise by 5 billion.
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
Don't you Tales of Symphonia me.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart.
So you say you want to make her peerless. Do you want her to be able to cleave stones?
I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany. Like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding.
Yes, that's an insanely common fantasy trope. But yeah, it's also very neurodivergent coded when somebody says something with no context and they're like, oh right, you don't know about that. Okay, let me explain.
Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort.
Until the great monster AI came and stole all their jobs, and then they felt like having automation ruling the day wasn't a good idea after all.
But somehow, that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Again, AI.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are.
A description that does not apply to myself in any way.
That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning.
Of course, it also caused me to literally be struck by lightning.
After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could.
I get the feeling he's dead.
That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had.
Oh, okay, he's not. Okay.
The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camero or some such.
Well, we just so happen to be heading to Martira, so maybe we could make a side trip? Yep. They're thinking what I'm thinking.
This one's important.
Yes! This one is important! This one is important, this one is important, this one is important, this one is important, this one is important. And that used up the day.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
But it was worth it. Because Neuras. Everything is worth it for Neuras. Liberated from this blasted shaking.
Isn't that...
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client, Barden, awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Yeah, we are very much out of Grand Trad. Very, very backwater feeling, though I like the old-time medieval feel of these houses here. The real question is, though, are people racist here?
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
Heisme can't be that powerful, but he has
I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
the entire town afraid of him.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Crigante Castle.
Okay, Crigante Castle, got it.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne.
And then that's true. The question is, does that mean you want Forden?
Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates' gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's allies suffered the worst of it.
About that, we weren't anywhere nearby. No, at all. That was someone else. That was another group with red and blue and. What hair color is Stroll anyway? It's sort of blonde, I guess.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them. I mean, some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
For once, Stroll rolls low on a charisma check. It's funny how we're just like, it's just interesting how we're kind of playing all the sides here. Like, we can just turn around and then say this, but like, I kind of feel like this is what we'd say.
It's really none of my business.
Aye. Best not to get distracted by this tattle when you've got a mission to attend to. Admirably practical.
Got quite a positive outlook, doesn't he?
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
Yes, when I was saying that the only hungry eyes in our gauntlet runner are Hulkenbergs, I wasn't kidding.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out.
I get the feeling Neuras forgets to eat often.
Might well fix the Bally Waterworks while I'm at it.
Well, that would help us get 100 experience in the shower, so you do that.
Come everyone, this way.
And so we head to the local tavern, which will be our base of operations for this storyline.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh good. Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine. Exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great! Looks great.
Looks great.
Come now, they're offering us fine hospitality. It is only right that we graciously savor it.
Yes, absolutely right. I'll be cheering you on. And, I'll see to the funeral plans.
Felt a spray of something.
Are you actually enjoying that?
How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
You shouldn't have said that while we were still eating. I like how Hulkenberg was the only one who did an exclamation mark at that.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Hulkenberg's strange eating habits are really one of the few, like, actually quote-unquote tropey things about any of the party members in this game. It's very interesting. So, now's a bit of a weird time to be talking about this, but Stroll originally had a quirk where he got flustered around beautiful women. There are some unused scenes of him getting flustered around Fabienne.
You're hiding something, aren't you? I saw it in your eyes when you met Fabienne. I know tension when I see it, boy. Out with it. What do you know about this inn's circumstances?
What? Nothing. I mean, it's just... she's, you know... I'm not trying to hide anything. I just don't want to embarrass myself.
Huh? Oh. So that's it, eh? All bluster and nobility in battle, but one pretty lady, and you turn to mush. Say no more, lad. Say no more.
Oh, shut it.
But that all got cut from the final story. They really wanted to keep the characters as grounded as possible.
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
It's about to think what would he have to gain from kidnapping children, but we've heard they're selling them, so I guess that's how he makes money.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the Sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So... is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
I'm more concerned with the fact there's a very conspicuously pink gauntlet runner on the way there. Yeah,
runner.
I think.
Let's see here. And let's see here.
And Gallica has nothing to say about either of them.
Here's where we are now. All right. Let's see here.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's work together to save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't care about one of the poorer towns.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you. Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms. Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
I think it's weird that this is making me hungry.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here to con a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
It's been a while.
Exactly.
So, there's a few things that we can do while we're in here. Firstly, we can triangle Gallica.
Pleasure to see you.
I know that, like, people have told me you just repeatedly mash triangle to get the achievement easily, but I want to see when I get it if I'm just going for, like, triangle once in every location. So there are actually a few important things that you can do in here. There is also an informant. And can't really buy anything from him right now. Hulkenberg is still basking in the glory of the food here. Yeah, you know what they say about people who are cornered. So you'll want to check the fireplace. We get another gold beetle. And now we head back to our room. In here, I don't think you can save scum for this. You'll want to check the water jug here every day. Because there are random items you can get from the water jug, and there is a gold beetle there eventually. Also, if we check the cupboard here, we can get a medicinal herb. Or should I say, an medicinal herb.
Look at that.
Yeah, I don't think the runner was so bad.
Right?
Yes. Yes, Neuras is indeed the king of everything. You might want to save before heading to bed, because we'll be continuing the plot next day.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
It's gorgeous out.
Hold on.
Let's hurry.
So, we've still got a lot of story to handle, and this music is not even Martira's real theme. Now, there's a lot that we can do in this town, but I think I'd rather get all the plot stuff out of the way before we do. Because we're going to have plenty of time to get to know Martira quite soon. We have the candidate rock there. But again, we'll save that for another day, because we'll be doing some pretty important things with that if you want all the trophies / achievements. They're pretty interchangeable, but yeah.
Now, how did I wind
wind up here.
I want to say this though, remember the guards at the castle. You'll want to go back and talk to them whenever you can, because sometimes they give you items, and at one point in the story, there's an item that is so useful that speedruns go out of their way to get it.
Well met.
Yes, let's not keep the lady-in-waiting waiting, although, you know, she's probably not a lady-in-waiting, she's like the actual, you know, lady of this region.
I've awaited you.
So, let's meet with her.
Yes.
As we slowly cross the bridge.
May I present Lady Joanna, Sanctress and the ruler of this city. These are the ones who have undertaken the request to subjugate Heisman.
I am Joanna, presiding lady of this city. On its behalf, you have my gratitude for traveling all the way from the royal capital.
She has a very green and yellow outfit, which I respect, because those are Australian colours. But green lipstick, combined with green eyes, is a very intense feeling.
Lady Joanna refused to use taxes to pay for this, so she sold her own heirlooms and possessions to secure the funds.
Well, that's nice of her.
It's clear you want only the best for your people, milady. So we'll give you our best in return.
I cannot claim any nobility above yours. Even as other aspirants to the throne quarrel and bicker, you've chosen instead to help the kingdom's people.
Well, we don't deserve that much credit. After all, we're not helping for free.
Even so, please put an end to this tragedy.
We won't let you down.
Thank you. In truth, I thought it foolish to decide a monarch by a simple vote of popularity. But perhaps there is something to it. Here is my offer. If you get rid of the culprit, I will appeal to the people of this town to support you.
That's like, we've stumbled into a really good offer there. That could actually really give us a chance.
'Tis most kind, but can you truly afford that? Surely, as a church sanctoress, His Eminence Forden would expect your support.
That's a good point too, though I get the sense Forden doesn't consider us a threat. Yet.
Indeed. However, I would rather have a king who truly cares for his subjects.
Yes, Lady Joanna.
So that's the implication that she doesn't think Forden does. That's a bold claim to make for a sanctoress.
Now, I must return to my duties. I shall await our next meeting.
We're counting on you.
'Twas a confident smile indeed, with a great deal of pain behind it.
I know it's but a step in our plan, but truly, I hope we can help these people. She even promised us political support.
She did say it. Well, I mean, I can't help but wonder if she'll keep her word on that. It's quite a promise to make when she barely knows us.
Did something seem amiss?
Not in particular. Maybe it's just the gloominess of this place getting to me. So what are we gonna do about Heisman? We'll have to go out in Sandworm territory to find him, right?
The mere fact of his kidnappings suggests he's passing unseen by guards and sandworms alike.
Let's ask around the city a bit first. Though I can't say we'll find many willing to talk with the streets this deserted. Maybe we'll have better luck around the taverns and shops.
We should go.
Boy.
Well, okay, maybe you're gonna have some intel for us. Oh.
Thanks to you.
Oh, that's not good. But do you know anything about giant sandworms?
All good.
The shopkeepers might know more. Good to know. Okay, well we can't warp anywhere just yet, but we know where the shops are. I guess this is the game's way of trying to like get you familiar with all the shops around the area, but I'm not going to be doing a whole ton here for now because we'll get our real free time in Martira soon. Oh, well I guess they are kind of racist here. You can't eat the pet. That's a... I feel bad for whatever translator had to see that dialogue choice with no context, because that's how it usually goes with translation. You often get those dialogue choices in, like, they're often stored in a separate part of the script from their context. A merchant at the tavern who'd gotten real close to the sandworm's den. Interesting.
What do you want to know?
Well, here's another person with that swirly above his head, so he's probably important.
Excuse me.
Oh. Yeah, I, had a feeling. But we're still above 50,000.
Here's the real skinny.
The Ishkia in front of the fountain. I don't know, I love that. Here's the real skinny. I feel like that's like slang for information.
All right.
Aha, so the merchant is drunk and hungover and he's in front of this fountain. Hello there.
Hey.
Oh. Ah. So it was all an exaggeration. Wild goose chase, eh?
Not a scrap. I suppose we knew it wouldn't be that simple.
Suppose that's just how it goes when you're, chasing rumors.
Tis far too early to give up. I spent over a year asking after the prince with no luck. And still I did not falter.
Yes, and it's very admirable. But I think I prefer a change of tack instead.
Plus, we definitely don't have a year here. Wait, is this guy...
Might you answer a question?
Yeah, this is meant to be your first time encountering him, but you can see him a little bit in Grand Trad if you want, if you go out of your way.
Terribly sorry, but I can't help you. I'm just here on my leisure. You're better off finding the information you're looking for elsewhere.
As somebody who isn't American, you have no idea how vindicating it is to hear leisure pronounced leisure and not leisure in a mainstream video game.
Suspicious character, isn't he?
Hey, you lot. You seriously gonna hunt down Heisme?
You're Barden's man.
Yeah, the guy with the attitude.
Not sure I should tell you this, but here I am. There's actually a way to avoid the giant sandworms. You just gotta wait for the sand flash. It's a local event. A kind of storm, and the wind kicks up sand peppered with magic crystals. Not too uncommon a sight round here. Our diviners say we'll have a sand flash in about 5 days. Seems to put most wild beasts to sleep. Might be some magic effect, or might just be waiting out the storm. And that includes the sandworms, eh? They'll nod off, and with proper timing, you'll sneak right past them. Heisme might well be using the same trick himself.
We're much obliged, but if you know all this, why haven't you and the guard gone out?
A guard unit stomping around would wake up the whole den. Didn't much like saying it, but us local lads wouldn't be much use against Heisme anyway.
Yeah, well, as usual, every soldier besides us is useless.
But you think you can handle him? Aye? Wouldn't be here otherwise.
Hey, you have the accent, you're supposed to phrase it like this. You think you can take him.
That information is all we needed. Thanks for the help.
Good luck out there. And don't worry, no charge for the advice, eh? Can't have you getting yourself killed now. Cap's reputation's on the line. And, one more thing. You didn't get this info from me. Aye?
Understood. But why? You could have shared this with us at supper yesterday.
What? And got myself volunteered to go out there as your travel guide? No danger of that.
I see.
Well, yeah, I guess this guy isn't completely upstanding.
Anyway, I'm counting on you.
Finally, a solid lead falls into our laps. And we'll not even have to bother with the sandworms. We've apparently got 5 days till the sandflash hits. Let's make sure we can get this done quick. Looks like more than a day's trip on the map.
If it takes us one night to reach the giant sandworm's territory, and we aim to go when the storm has them all asleep, we should leave in 4 days' time.
Let's go inform Neuras.
So, that is our free time period. This arc is a little interesting in ways that I'll explain next time, but for now, we'll be informing Neuras, and I think that's a good place to call it.
Righto, straightforward enough. Long as we get in when the worms have all tucked in for a nap, we'll be just dandy. Suppose I'd better crack on with the tune-ups then. Don't want the old girl failing on us when she'll be our only hope of egress, eh?
So I feel like this thing running away at full speed will probably wake up all the sandworms, but by that point we should be able to outrun them.
Oh, that? Damned if I know. It was just in the blueprints from the royal family. Works rather like an igniter, but no idea what it does. Just don't go breaking... Oh, easy there. You all right, lad? Thought I saw something glowing. Then you came over all giddy, gave me a start. Still can't believe this thing reacted. Look, we don't want any nasty surprises, so I vote we stay put and rest up for today. Just in case. Don't want you passing out on me, do I? Just consider it a little precaution for the trip.
See you all next time when, well, I'm sure that light doesn't mean anything ominous.